Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I am Lord of the Arena. Of course. As you can see right here. This is an infinite win ratio. 1 win to 0 losses. Do not question the mathematics. What happens when you divide 1 by 0, folks? Nothing, of course. Infinity. Or nothing at all. Who knows? It's a number that does not exist. Can't argue with that. It's science. And possibly mathematics. Trigonometry may be involved in some way. Hard to say. As you can see, my opponents are terrified by my mere presence and have no intention of queuing up to meet me. Aha! Wonderful. A lone victim. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Paladin. Alright. Shadow of Death, not hugely useful early game. I would just toss that. That should work. Okay. So we've got a possible turn 4 Venture Co play, if we want it. Can ignore turn 1 and go Novice Engineer turn 2. Alternatively, we can coin Novice Engineer. Which doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. Depends what he decides to play. Oh, he's going to play nothing, so I'm not going to play anything either. We'll put out the Novice Engineer on turn 2. Aside from that, we're limited on options. This is pretty good. You know, 1/1's not going to handle my Novice Engineer, and I'm going to get a card as well. Mind Control, absolutely useless in this situation. But I did get the Ooze out of that, which might be useful against Paladin. I'm probably going to want to hold on to that, especially if we pull something like a Sword of Justice. Even a True Silver Champion, knocking that out would be, well, at least halving its effectiveness would be kind of great. Okay. Alright, so he's actually going right for me. Fair enough. What's the best way to deal with that? Well, I drew my death again. So, I think the best play here is actually go Power Word Shield into smack one of those into heal. It seems to be the best way to go. But we did just pull a Leponome, but against all these 1/1s, that's probably not a good idea. So, we're going to smack that, and we'll heal it up. There we go. Okay. And we're going for that big turn 4 play. So far, he hasn't pulled anything scary. So, hopefully it stays like that. We'll go for turn 4 Venture Co. If he pulls a weapon, we can still have a turn 5 Acidic Swamp Ooze. Aha! He just pulled a weapon. Alright. Well, he's going to use that to splat that. Which, considering he has a weapon, I'm tempted just to ooze that thing immediately instead of going for that other play. And I can still go turn 5 Venture Co. So, that's okay. I don't see why not. We'll do that. There we go. So, we're going to blast that out of the way. And I think we'll just heal ourselves. Any of the other two gets knocked over by this guy. So, we're going to avoid that for the time being. This is better. So, if I've destroyed half the weapon. If he decides to throw that and the other one at the ooze, fine. I'm okay with that. That should be just peachy. At least I got rid of his True Silver Champion. That was my only ooze, though. So if he plays Sword of Justice later on, or Woebie gets a frickin' Ashbringer, that's not going to work out so well. Alright, yeah. That was to be expected. That's fine. I don't mind that too much. Okay, so the other possibility here is instead of playing the Venture Co, we actually play the Holy Nova, which doesn't kill the bear. So that doesn't make a huge amount of sense. What we can do is hold on to that Holy Nova and use it to heal the Venture Co Mercenary, which makes a hell of a lot more sense. There we go. Venture Co is on the field. I'm keeping hold of the coin for the time being, because I don't really have a use for it. There we go. So, he only has 5 damage worth on the field right now, so if he wants to get rid of the Venture Co, he's got to throw quite a bit at it in order to make that happen. If he can't get rid of it this turn, then next turn things get a bit messy for him, because I'll heal the Venture Co up, and then I'll be able to fight a bit more effectively. Unfortunately, I can't both heal and Holy Nova. Oh, Boulder Fist coming out. Unpleasant. Alright, he's going to bypass me entirely. Okay. Do I have a way? Well, I can just Shadow Word Death that, so that's not really a big deal. So I think what we do is we smack that, we Shadow Word Death, and we heal. That seems to be the way to go. Okay. There we go. So, get rid of that. And then we just heal the Venture Co Mercenary back up to 5 health. We could then coin into something. There's actually nothing I can coin into, so no, we'll skip. There we go. Alright, but I am taking a little bit of damage here, and I'm not dealing with these 1/1s too well. But I should be able to catch up pretty quickly on damage unless he's able to play yet more taunts. Okay, questing adventurer. I do have a holy fire to deal with that if need be. Just going to avoid that entirely. What do we decide to do here? So I'm still sitting on that holy nova. I wish I had spell power at this stage. That would be nice. If I run that into that and holy nova, that will kill off 2 of those creatures. It will still leave this questing adventurer alive, which is a little bit worrying. And I can't do both. The alternative is that I hit that, but then I take another 6 damage on top of that. What's the best trade? Do I want to get rid of this, or do I want to get rid of that? I think what we do is we actually get rid of this. Then we heal up. Okay. There we go. I don't think there's really anything else I'd want to do. Yep, heal that up to 3. And that leaves us with the possibility of a Holy Nova, which would take it back up to 5. And deal with the other 2 pesky critters. Alright, let's do that. There we go. That should do the trick. Okay, so it's possible that he'll be able to buff it up to 5. If he does that and he sacks it, whatever, that's fine. He got rid of his valuable questing adventurer, and I am able to play creatures again. Unfortunately, that abusive sergeant leper gnome is not really helping me right now. If I'd had it really early, like turn 1, it would have been okay, but I didn't. Consecration, okay, so he's going to use that and then sack that over, which is totally fine. If he uses a consecration to eliminate that, great. That's a win for me. Cool. So he has slightly more health than me, but I have a large card advantage. So it's fine. Alright. What's the best thing to play? There's not actually that many great choices. That does 2 damage. We don't have anything that has 2 health or higher that we could really play to make work. I could just play the Leper Gnome out and the Stormwind Champion. That's like, alright, if you want to kill the Leper Gnome, it's fine by me. It would require too much buffing otherwise to make that work. So we'll do that. It's like, hey, there's a creature on the board. You want to use that, that's really up to you. Could use Abusive Sergeant, but it's not going to actually help. So I'm still sitting on that coin. Does mean if you play something really scary, I can go turn 9 Mind Control. So we'll see what he's got. If you play something like a Tyrion, that'll be incredible. Acidic Swampoos, alright. So he's pretty limited on his options, and a River Crocolisk. Okay, brings the Warlord out. Nice. Well, we've got Holy Fire for that. Alternatively, we can just mind control the damn thing, which seems pretty reasonable. That does use my entire turn up, admittedly. I'm trying to think if there's a better way around this. I can't really leave the 7/7 there, though, so I think we're just going to have to coin MC it. There we go. Coin mind control. Sweet. And damage-wise, what's the best thing to do? He's got enough damage to kill this off. And regardless of what I do, that's going to happen. But I'd rather I make it a little bit more difficult. There we go. If he wants to sack his 2 creatures into that, that is entirely up to him. And then I've got a very scary 8/8. Secret comes out. I need to be a bit careful. That's probably Noble Sacrifice. Usually is. Alright. No AoE left. Brings up the taunt. He's still trying to kill me, which isn't really going to work because I've got Holy Fire and I've also got heals, so it's perhaps not the best idea. The problem I've got here is that I'm almost certain that's Noble Sacrifice. That could be a little bit problematic. Play Temple... It might not be. That's the thing, it could be something else. I need rid of this. What's the best way to do that without taking huge amounts of damage? I was thinking of Holy Firing it, but on a 3/3, that seems a little daft, and I know he doesn't have the damage potential to kill me. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the best he can get. So, I think we're just going to have to eat that Holy Sacrifice. I think we'll Defender of Argus buff up a little bit here. Yep, and then we go Temple Enforcer on that. Buff him up yet again. So he's going to take 2 damage. We know that. There we go. That's fine. We knew that was going to happen. Not a big deal. There we go. The other possibility is that I could have just not given him taunt. That probably would have been a better idea, because they're now just going to rush him down. But that's fine. I've still got a lot of power on the board. So, unless he's got an answer here, then that's not going to help him too much. And then I can finally start doing damage, now that I've eventually gained control of the situation and stopped hemorrhaging health. Blessing of Kings comes out, so he's going to throw that into that, which is fine. Yeah, he's going to sack everything he's got, I think, by the looks of it, to clean it out. Oh, a Consecration, that's nice for him. Yeah, he's going to be able to kill off all my... Well, not all of my big stuff, but most of it. So it's still pretty good for him, but I still have better board than he does. As I still have the Temple Enforcer out, and I also have a huge card advantage. So, not the biggest deal ever. Alright then. Well, I think we're just going to play a No Mission Vendor. And I think we're going to play a Tauren Warrior, which we're then going to buff with Power Word Shield. There we go. Very nice. That's what we like to see. And we'll just play that Abusive Sergeant for extra damage, and then we're just going to punch him in the head. There we go. Alright. He's in a lot of trouble now. Even losing all of that, it doesn't really matter because he doesn't have a way of getting a lot of cards at this stage. Only way he would have been able to do it would be something like Divine Favor, which he did not pull. So, he's going to be dead pretty fast. Yeah, there he is. Alright, that worked pretty well. Hard to argue with that one. Went about as well as could be expected. I would have maybe liked a little bit more early game, but going in for the Mercenary seemed to help an awful lot here. I need to toss that daily quest. Let's find something a little bit more useful. Hunter and Mage Dominance. No. Well, we'll keep that because we've got a couple more in there. There you go. Paladin and Warrior Dominance. Much better. Wait a minute. That's not better at all. It's exactly the same. Oh, well. Let's continue, shall we? This deck's pretty good. I definitely like it to have more Shadow Word Pains and Shadow Word Deaths in it, but minions-wise is not bad. I would like some of that early game aggression so I don't have to sit there for 10 turns before actually gaining control of the situation. I like being aggressive. I'm not getting those options right now. Okay. Turn 1 Mana Wraith is... This is actually pretty slick. Want to be aggressive? And it's against a priest as well. We can do that. Yeah. We're going to stick with that. So what I can do is I can coin and play 2 creatures. Or I could coin Mana Wraith. But that actually screws me more than it screws him. So I think what you do is we coin, play 2 creatures, and then go Direwolf Alpha. There we go. So we Direwolf Alpha that for next turn and go straight in for 6 damage. And start to apply the pressure nice and early on. And then once we've played that, we can play Mana Wraith. Because I don't have creatures for another couple of turns, so anything that slows his tempo is better for me. I'm interested to see what he pulls out of his hat here. Acidic Swampooze, alright. Okay, so we can absolutely kill that. It's a shame we can't kill it without losing a creature, but such is the way of things. I will use my Leponome to kill it. Because that gets a nice trade and it also does 2 damage to him. And then I'll stab him with the stealth creature. There we go. So we basically traded up there, which was good. He takes 5 damage total and he loses a 2-cost minion to my 1-cost minion. So to me, that's good. Scarlet Crusader is a nice way to deal with what I've got. Pull out a bunch of Power Word Shields. Which is actually going to keep me alive. Alright. So the best way to deal with this would be Powered Shield on that. We're going to sack the Worgen. There we go. So that takes that up to 4. We're going to smack that, which won't kill it. Heal it. And then stab it with the Worgen. There we go. Which leaves the Direwolf Alpha on the field, which is the better creature out of the 2. So that's fine. Next turn, I've got Mana Wraith as a possibility. Defender of Argus would not really be a good call. Although it looks like Defender of Argus is going to have to be the call here, actually. Because that will allow me a better trade once again. We do have a Chillwind Yeti, but I think if we Defender of Argus here, then that gives us that nice 2... That gives us a 3-4, which then kills that. The alternative is that we throw another Power Word Shield on the Direwolf, and then throw down the Mana Wraith. And then play the Chillwind Yeti turn 5. Alright, let's do that. Circle of Healing. Neat. Don't think that would help too much. That's supposed to be 6, right? Yeah. We could Circle of Healing after hitting it. That would be okay. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, sweet. And then we throw down the Mana Wraith, and then we Circle of Healing to bring the Wolf back up to 6. Cool. Hope he doesn't have a Shadow Word Pain. May have burned a few too many cards on that trick, though. That's my only concern. Thought Steal. Okay, so he doesn't actually have the options there. But he pulls out a Shadow Word Pain, by the looks of it, from my deck, and kills it anyway. What a dick. Alright. Venture Mercenary. Cool. Well, no Chillwind Yeti, obviously, here. It's the best option. Hit him. So overall, my early game hasn't actually done much, and has resulted in him gaining a card advantage, so it's a little difficult for me to say that it was successful. It was a lot of nice tricks, but it didn't really accomplish much. I think next turn we throw down that Venture Mercenary. To be fair, that then means it's almost impossible for me to play any creatures, because I'll have +4 cost on all of them. Depends on what he plays. We might put down the Defender of Argus next turn, instead of the Venture Code, depending on what he brings out. Let's see what he's got. Not much by the looks of it. Fen Creeper. Alright. Okay. So regardless of Defender of Argus or not, that's going to die. So I think we just Holy Fire the Fen Creeper, and then smack him with everything we got. Why did I do that? I'm a moron, as it turns out. You dumbass. I thought I did 6 damage, not 5. Why did I even think that? I know it does 5. Ah, you stupid asshole. Alright. That was just dumb. Okay, so do I want to lose the Mana Wraith or not, is the question at this stage. Well, it's a waste of damage. Let's lose the Mana Wraith. And then do 4. Yeah, I've put myself in a situation where I'm just going to die here, I think. I didn't get enough done with the early game, so I'm now at a card disadvantage. I don't know. We'll see. I still have the Venture Co, which is nice. He just brought out a Cobra, which we're going to have to kill. Because otherwise it'll just kill the Venture Co immediately. It's still nice. He trades up slightly for the Yeti, though. And he's still left with 4 mana, which he does what with? Plays his own Yeti. Alright. Alright. Okay, well, regardless of what I do here, I'm going to lose that Yeti. So I think the best thing to do would be to use the Yeti to kill off the Emperor Cobra, then play the Venture Co Mercenary. Because either way, this just dies. Regardless of what I do. And unfortunately, that leaves me with the ability to do nothing, as I'm still at maximum health. The risk, of course, of playing a Venture Co Mercenary against a Priest is that they have something like Shadow Word Death, which he might still have. He doesn't. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's going right for me, so we're going to start knocking him over as much as we can. We could add Defender of Argus into the mix, but I'm thinking just using the Venture Co Mercenary and healing is the best idea, and trading as well as we can. And that also means we can play the Razorfen Hunter, which is ideal for getting rid of that. Alright, so we got rid of that. Take that down to 4. He can trade his Yeti for it. And I can use the Razorfen Hunter to kill off that and reset the board. And that actually brings our card disparity a little bit closer together. He could just hit me for 7, but then I can play the Temple Enforcer next turn to get a preferential trade and not lose my Venture Co Mercenary, so he'd be taking a risk if he did that. That's not to say he might not have something in his hand that would deal quite nicely with this situation, so let's see what he's got. Okay. He must have something in his hand then, if he's doing that. Yeah, because that doesn't kill that, so Holy Nova, there we go. Alright, yeah, that was dreadful for me, and it really screwed me over badly. I was hoping to get some trades out of that, and I didn't. Okay, so we're in a lot of trouble now. Well, I need to stop the damage incoming. But that's going to be difficult. I've got a taunt, but I need creatures on the field for that to actually work. I go Novice Engineer, Defender of Argus. Using Defender of Argus actually in any circumstance is not going to work out too well. Dark Scale Healer would be decent. It trades fairly well. And I could then Defender of Argus that healer if I wanted to. It might work. Let's do that. So that gives us a 5-6. Which means it trades well with what he has on the board. He would lose his Yeti and at least his... It's going to be Shadow of Death, isn't it? Oh. All that. That works too. I keep forgetting I'm against a priest. Oh my. This is terrible. Alright, well, it's just got my 5-6 taunt, so this is ugly. Unless I'm able to mind control it back, this is going to get really bad really soon. It's already pretty bad because he's got enough to trade for that taunt now. Acidic Swampoo is absolutely useless in this situation. I'm going to take, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage next turn. Ugly. Alright, let's play the Novice Engineer, see if we can get a card. Which we did. Thought Steal, but that's not going to help me too much. Temple Enforcer is available. We've got Acidic Swampoo's available. Neither of these are too helpful. Playing the Temple Enforcer and buffing that up would be kind of neat, but it wouldn't help me too much. We could play that and then go for buff on that. That at least gives us a 3-5, which is a little bit more durable. At least does some damage, but I don't know. Next turn he can do a huge amount of damage to me. And I don't have any cards, so that's that gone. Then he can just knock over... He can use the 2 imps to knock over the Novice Engineer. Or we could throw everything he's got at the Temple Enforcer. Another Chillwind Yeti, so that's just value after value here from this guy. I'm going to rely on some top decking here. Yeah, and he knows he can do damage to me. Probably have to see what I get on top deck, and if not, just Thought Steal. Alright, so he's going to throw his 2 imps into the Engineer. Makes sense. And then heal up again. Ugh. Nasty. How much... Is that like the... That's got to be at least the... Oh, it's the 3rd Yeti at least. Probably the 4th he's picked out. Alright, well, I've got Shadow of Death, so that's nice. Let's Thought Steal. Not going to be that helpful. Are we dead next turn? No, we're not dead. Not yet. Okay, so Shadow of Death that, get it out of the way. Kill that. Northshire Cleric. Heal it. Just for a card. Abusive Sergeant, not going to help too much. 8, 9, 10 damage next turn, potentially. And we stole those from his hand, didn't we? No, it's from the deck. Okay. So I don't actually know what he's got in his hand. Let's see if we can pull this back, but we're still very much behind. That gets rid of another Yeti, and we got a card out of that, so that's good. We lose our Northshire Cleric. We can play Lightspawn next turn. And I minimized most of the damage that was coming my way. He is still sitting on 10 mana, though. Ooh, that's me dead, I think. Unless I somehow pull a really powerful taunt, which I'm pretty sure I don't have. I am toast. Not quite what I was looking for there. It will keep him off my ass for a little while, but I think I'm just flat out dead at this stage. Let's see. Heal myself up. I think maybe I'll live through this turn, but that's about it. I don't want to play the Abusive Sergeant because it just dies to imps. Let's see.
Well played.
Let me guess. Yeah, GG. That was pretty badly played by me. Handled the early game really badly. Wasted too many cards. Didn't actually achieve anything, in my opinion. That sucked. Let's see if we can do better next time. Even playing a priest, I hate priests. It's going to be a universal constant in Hearthstone. Alright. Let's have someone that isn't a priest, please. Another pally. Alright. Alright, okay. Make that work. Alright, going first with a Mana Wraith. That is not great. We are going to toss these two, keep a hold of the Acidic Swamp Ooze. It's going to be important against Paladin. Alright, we get a Leponome. At least we can play that first, but he'll respond with a 2, but then we can do damage, you know. So we'll do what we can. Not really sure why people keep sending me friend requests. It's like, I don't add people randomly, but... I don't know. It's actually kind of an annoying feature, and I wish they hadn't put it in. Ah! That's that one circumstance where the Leponome isn't actually going to pay off. And that puts me immediately behind, because if I play my Swamp Ooze, then he's traded 2 for 1 with that, and I actually lose something really important. So I'm not going to do that. I need to keep hold of that Swamp Ooze. He's a Paladin. I can't risk not having it. So it's going to have to be turn 3 Razorfen Hunter. Or, well, Scarlet Crusader is actually the better play there. Damn it. So one card I hoped he didn't have. That or Elven Archer, I suppose. I don't know, there's arguments as to whether or not Leponome is any good. I think it is, but the problem is that generally, if you get it out and it gets nailed like that, then you're behind at that point. If you get it out and at least does a turn's worth of damage and then it gets nailed, that's okay. If it trades, then that's good. But in this situation, not so much. Alright, so he's doing nothing, okay. So we'll go for... Ah, that sucks actually, because that means Scarlet Crusader's gonna die, but at least it will take 2 with it. The other alternative is play Razorfen Hunter and the same thing happens. It's actually a difficult choice. They both have the same effect. I think Razorfen Hunter and keep the Scarlet Crusader for later, where a Divine Shield might be more useful. Let's do that. Ooh, that's nasty. Well, Scarlet Crusader is certainly going to be useful now, but I'll probably take damage from it before I'm able to do anything with it. Yep, so he trades all of his stuff and then gets a 6/3 Ghoul. Which I can't kill. Unless I pull Shadow Word Death next turn. And I think he's considering that. No, he's going to trade, yeah. That's to be expected. Okay, so he's got a 6/3 Ghoul out of that, which is fantastic for him. Ha! Nice. Nice. I could risk taking 6 damage, or I could Shadow Word Death him. This is the only Shadow Word Death I've gotten in my deck, though. So I will not have the ability later. But I should hopefully have control of the board by that point, so screw it. Shadow Word Death the guy. Get rid of it. Too risky to leave it alive. If I play my Scarlet Crusader and he somehow has a way of getting rid of it, then that ghoul becomes even more powerful. I can't let that happen. Alright, so that resets the board. He has a slight card advantage. No Mission Vendor is the absolutely the right play here. There we go, and that gets us a Yeti as well. So that brings the card disparity a little closer, gets us a decent creature out in the field, which will deal nicely with those little weenies. And we've got Temple Enforcer next turn if we want it. It's pretty powerful. Although I'm considering Chillwind Yeti instead. Ah, True Silver Champion comes out. Okay, so the obvious answer here would be Chillwind Yeti and Acidic Swamp Ooze. Sometimes it's better to wait and see if they have a Sword of Justice, but getting rid of one of those swings of the weapon is good too. So yeah, we'll do Yeti Ooze. Ooh, Blessing of Might. Nasty. Considering it has Blessing of Might, I'm even considering Holy Novering here, but it's going to trade well regardless of what happens. That's lousy. What's the best way of handling it? Well, there isn't one. I don't have a taunt, so I'm going to have to just take another sodding hit. Ooze Yeti. There we go. I guess we can heal it up later. For some reason, my hand has gone crazy. Ha! I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully when I get my next card, that'll fix it. There's a reason why this is still in beta, folks. Those of you saying, oh, it's ready for release. No, no, it isn't. No. You try alt tapping a few times and you get Fatagan from the depths. You get the bloody old ones coming onto your computer and telling you what to do. It's unpleasant. Trust me. It's Cthulhu-esque scroll all over the bloody place. Alright, well, even if he trades that 4-1 for the 3-2, that's still okay, because he used the card to get it, and then he lost his weapon. So that, to me, is fine. It still leaves me with a Yeti on the board. I can then follow that one up with a Temple Enforcer to make it even more powerful Yeti. Which would work pretty well. That would trade really well with a lot of stuff, so that might work. The other possibility is you play it on the Scarlet Crusader, but that kind of seems to miss the point of it. I think I'm going to lose that Yeti, aren't I? What's his follow-up? Does he have Consecration? Yeah, that's quite likely. He pulls Consecration out and then just kills both of them and then resets the board. Where's the Consecration that I know you have? Oh. That was curious. Huh. Alright then. Well, I didn't expect that to happen, but I'm going to take advantage of it. We're going to Holy Nova to eliminate that. And I was considering healing, but I'm thinking of dumping down the Mana Wraith, actually. Yeah. Dump down the Mana Wraith and smack him. Even if he has a Consecrate, that doesn't kill the Yeti. To be fair, if he had a Consecrate, he should have used it then. So this has actually put me in a really nice spot all of a sudden. I've got Temple Enforcer next turn to make that Yeti even scarier. Or maybe not. Heal would have stopped that from happening. Ugh. I still have 2 creatures on the board, though, so unless he can play something which gets rid of them, which he can't, then I should be okay. Then I can go Temple Enforcer and... I was thinking maybe Scarlet Crusader and Thoughtsteel. It depends what comes off the top of the deck. We'll see. What's he got? Morgan Infiltrator. Actually, a pretty decent card for him to have in this situation. Except for the fact that I just pulled Cabal Shadow Priest. Mine. There we go. Huh? What? That... Oh. Hang on. No, that should have worked. Like, stealth means you cannot be attacked or targeted, but that shouldn't do that. Unless it's a targeted ability and not a random one like the Kodo. Crap. That wording... I'm gonna have to look at the Kodo after this, because I just screwed that up completely. But... that wording indicates to me that it should take control of that Worgen. And the fact that it didn't has absolutely shafted me here. I'm gonna have to look at the Kodo wording after this and see what the difference between the two is. Because obviously it can't be targeted. But this shouldn't be a targeted ability. I don't know. Okay. Alright, well that sucked. I just gave away my advantage. Nasty. Alright, we'll deal with it as best we can. He's got 4 mana remaining. Can he get rid of the Cabal Shadow Priest? Yeah, I honestly, like, I think the wording is a bit ambiguous. Okay, well, let's do what we can. So, I'm thinking Thoughtsteel. Oh. Oh. Leroy Jenkins. Interesting. That might be cool. Oh, man. Temple Enforcer Leroy. Yes, that's next turn's combo. Alright. Okay. So, I think the best course of action here would probably be... Scarlet Crusader. No, that was the wrong thing. I guess this works fine, too. No, I definitely messed this up. I should have gone Direwolf Alpha Defender of Argus. But this, I guess this kind of works too. So we have Leroy Jenkins' Temple Enforcer, which is interesting. The reason it's interesting is because it makes Leroy Jenkins able to charge and then not die immediately to the whelps on the next turn. So that's kind of neat. So let's see what he pulls off here. If he pulls out something big, I'll just Leroy the damn thing anyway. And then throw down the Defender of Argus on those 2 creatures. Ugh. Alright, he's going to trade that 2-1 for it. I assume so. Or is he just going to wait till next turn for the 1-1? He might.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
What are you going to do to me? That's especially galling considering that the Cabal Shadow Priest could have taken over that card. I'm pretty miffed about that. Alright, I've got Mind Control, but infuriatingly enough, what I've got here isn't enough. Can I kill him? No. I can MC the Mogashan Warden. And I'm tempted... you know what? Screw it. I'm going to MC that damn thing. Because, like, in this situation with a bunch of 1 health minions, this is the best card I could possibly have. And then I can do my Leroy Temple Enforcer thing. In fact, actually, he dies next turn if he can't get rid of the stuff that I've got on the board. Well, that was unfortunate. He has 2 legendaries in an arena deck? That's highly unlikely. And completely unexpected. It's like, oh, the 1 card you could have possibly pulled that would have killed me. Well, that sucks. Can I kill him? No. Not even with buffs. I can get him down to 2. But I can't kill him. So the Leroy thing is kind of silly right now. I could go Leroy, Defender of Argus, Direwolf Alpha, which would give the Leroy 8 damage. Which would not kill him. But it would get him pretty damn close, wouldn't it? Is getting him pretty damn close the right way to go? Now, I really need to control what's on this board. So my suggestion is we Leroy the 4-5. Ah, no, he's really close to dying, but what? I don't have a follow-up. Alright, so we're Leroy here. And... it's kind of it, isn't it? Yeah. So we sack that. Even giving it extra health won't help. Oh, actually it will. But then all that does is it means it trades for one whelp, which is not worth it. Throw that into there. Play the Injured Blade Master, and then heal it up to 5. Okay, he doesn't have enough damage on the board to kill me. And I've got him pretty low, but I'm still a bit concerned about this. Hammer of Wrath. Okay, so now he throws the Owl at it, or the 2 whelps. Probably the 2 whelps. It gets him a card as well. I think I'm going to lose this, actually. I maybe should have just gone for that Leroy and then hoped for the best. I've just got this feeling that he's going to be able to kill me. Ah, it's even worse. I don't have any area of effect. If I could pull a Holy Nova... Darkscale Healer, it's okay, I guess. Alright. I think we're just going to have to go for that approach. Darkscale Healer into Defender of Argus in order to actually stay alive. There we go. Because he will have to throw most of his stuff at me in order to kill that, unless he has a way to get rid of it. That keeps me in the game for a little while longer. It's rapidly spinning out of control here. I don't like the look of it. It could go either way. Should have probably hit him in the face a few more times earlier, instead of trying to trade. But, to be fair, I didn't know I had something like Leroy coming. That was from his deck. The other worry is that he hasn't played his Leroy yet, and it's somewhere in that deck. It's either in his hand or in those 11 remaining cards. So that's a bit worrying. If somehow my stuff lives next turn, he's dead because of Direwolf Alpha, but I find it unlikely it will. Oh, Christ. Silence incoming on the taunt. Urgh. Infuriating. Alright, speed it up there, bucko. Well, that's even worse. He's trying to kill me, and he probably will be able to, because I can't get through his taunt now unless I've got a way of silencing it. I'm dead next turn. Oh, and a secret, just to make matters even worse, so I probably can't even kill that taunt in a million years. And I use my mind control. Abusive Sergeant is totally useless in this situation. I'm dead. And I'm hating life at the moment. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Even if I heal, I'm dead. And that's assuming I can get through that, which I can't because that's a noble sacrifice. God damn it. How utterly infuriating. Can I get rid of enough damage? No. It's going to take 2 creatures to kill that. Even though I heal myself to 9, that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Ah, that is galling. Absolutely galling. What a terrible game. So many points in that game where I could have had him. I'll let it get away. Oh, hang on. I was going to check that thing, wasn't I? Yeah, because that Cabal Shadow Priest actually, I think, did cost me the game. And I'm rather annoyed by that, and I want to check the wording here on this card. Alright, so if I look for Stampeding Kodo... that says random enemy minion. Damn. Yeah. So the difference is... if you look at Cabal Shadow Priest, it's take control of an enemy minion. Stampeding Kodo is destroy a random enemy minion. So, this, the Cabal Shadow Priest, requires the ability to target the minion. And I didn't have the ability because that creature was in stealth. That sucks. That really sucks. Alright. I don't often play Priest, so Cabal Shadow Priest is not a card I'm that familiar with. I guess lesson learned the hard way. Having that 2-1 would have actually made significant difference. I would have killed him, because I would have got him down to that 8 health I needed to make that play. Alright. These are useless. We can toss these 2 and hope to get Injured Blade Master, Circle of Healing, but we're not going second, so that combo doesn't work. Useless.
Greetings.
This has been a really terrible run. Absolutely dreadful. Disappointingly so. I'm just not drafting well, I think. I've got to go back to the drawing board and look at what I'm doing wrong draft-wise. Because I'm losing way more than I'm used to. Alright. Turn 2. Nothing! Bottom to being a priest. Can't play anything for 2 turns. I've got a bunch of powerful 1 and 2 cost minions in my deck. What do I draw? 6s and 5s, obviously.
Bring me steel.
Master Swordsmith. It's good for him because that trades entirely with the 1 creature that I can actually play, which is lovely. Well, actually, it doesn't trade entirely with it.
Don't mess with us.
It will knock out... yeah, it will leave him with... leave my Res Fen Hunter with 1 health. After I lose my boar to that thing. Which I will. So we're still looking for turn 5 Venture here. As the real option. It's kind of the only option. The annoying thing about that is that I'm sitting on stuff like Boulder Fist Ogre and Temple Enforcer that I'll then not be able to play for 3 more turns. So I think I might have to look at the landscape of it. Because it might be better for me to wait 1 more turn and play Boulder Fist Ogre and then follow it up with Venture instead. Okay, Dire Wolf. This is okay. Depends if he's got a follow-up to that, because I can use the 2-3 to knock over the Dire Wolf and then heal it. So that's actually fine. Oh, can't anymore. I keep forgetting. That won't work. So I will use it to knock over the Master Swordsmith instead. I'm thinking Abusive Sergeant, but it doesn't really help me at all here. If I still had the boar, it would be great, but I don't, so... Just do that. There we go. So it's still a 3-2, but it forces him to actually trade it. I didn't have anything I could play for 4 mana anyway, so me healing it, I know it's kind of redundant because it's going to die to the Direwolf, but he may value the Direwolf more, in which case he'll keep it alive, and then I'll have another chance to kill it. He may try to heavily buff it. We'll see. See what he's got. So far, this has been a fairly dull game. Well, that's usually rubbish, but with a Direwolf out, it's not too shabby. But with the Abusive Sergeant, I can kill it. So this is actually fine. Holy Nova sort of helps, but it doesn't actually get rid of this. So the other possibility is I play that Ventrico, but I think I'm going to stick with the plan of going for the Boulder Fist first. So we will use the Abusive Sergeant. There we go, to knock that over. Take a little bit of damage. I can Circle of Healing and then Thought Steal, which I think is probably a better idea right now than using Heal and not being able to do anything. So we'll Circle of Healing to get that back up to 3. I know that sounds kind of weird, but if he pulls something like an Arcane Shot out, I'd rather it not one-shot it, or something like an Elven Archer. That's kind of my logic behind that, if you wanted to know why I was healing it. Huh, a young Dragonhawk. Alright, I guess we'll play that. Why did I just do that when I have a Starving Buzzard in my hand? I could have just gone for that combo, but I should have looked at what the other card was. Anyway, at least on turn 6 I've got that Boulder Fist Ogre, which is quite nice. I've also got a Temple Enforcer as a possibility. Trying to think if I could buff up that Wind Fury in any way, but I don't have a way to do that. Not in a way that would actually make it do damage. Alright, you want to trade the Direwolf? Please do. By all means, trade the Direwolf. That's kind of what I was wanting you to do all along. I've got the more efficient trades up to this point. The hope is that I can bring something stompy and scary on the field. I'm such a dumbass. I should have held on to that Wind Fury and played it the next turn with the Starving Buzzard, but then it did mean I wouldn't be able to play my Boulder Fist Ogre, so... Animal Companion. Let's see what the orange... Oh, God, I gave him a Huffer. Alright. And another one! Are you kidding me? Alright. This is not great. If he wants to sack the Huffers on these little creatures, he's more than welcome to. This is actually pretty cool. I was hoping... Oh, okay. So we're actually gonna, I think, Holy Nova now because it kills 2 Huffers, which means it's totally worthwhile. Shadow Priest is not gonna help. Yeah, I think we just Holy Nova. It kind of disrupts my plan, but it kills 2 Huffers, and then I hit him in the face, which gives me slight board control, I suppose. Yeah, it was just... I couldn't let them stand there. It's like, I could play the Boulder Fist Ogre, but then he's got 2 Huffers on the field. There's no way. I could have killed one with that, but I'd rather just Holy Nova.
The gates are open.
Lord of the Arena. Alright. So, Boulder Fist, probably. Yeah, Boulder Fist straight up beats Lord of the Arena. It doesn't... if I play the Ventrico, it doesn't beat it, so... Makes the most sense just to play the Boulder Fist. There's other plays, but they don't trade well. So, let's just play the thing that does. Let's see what comes out of that. The 6-7 beats that quite handily. He'll probably just run it into the 2-1, or he'll hit me in the face with it for 6. That works too. Then what we'll probably do after that is go Temple Enforcer and heal on the Ogre to get it back up health-wise, assuming the Ogre lives. And then the turn after that, we can play the Ventrico Mercenary. Once we've got rid of all of those high-cost creatures. Secret coming out. Okay. Can't really check for Explosive Trap because it's torn up. Could be something weird like a Snake Trap. With a Starving Buzzard out, it seems more likely it's a Snake Trap. But I don't really have much of a choice. I don't think there's any way for me to get through this without triggering it. Actually, there is. I can Cabal Shadow Priest here. Interesting. A Shadow of Death instead of running that into it. That might be okay. Cabal Shadow Priest would take away this 2-1 Buzzard. But... yeah, Yeah. Yeah. Because then it'll take the damage, but then I could heal it for 2, but then it trades for the Earthen Ring Farseer, but that still leaves me with 2 creatures on the field and a card advantage. Let's do that. Okay. Cabal Shadow Priest. We're going to take hold of that. Because if that is a snake trap, I don't want him gaining anything from it. It was not a snake trap, but I don't know, a trap followed by a buzzard is a bit of a tell that it could be a snake trap. If it's not, whatever. Okay, fine. It's not a big deal. I get rid of some of his card draw and I maintain a card advantage. So, that's fine. It has a similar result anyway. The Ogre trades 2 for 1 with some pretty good minions. Tundra Rhino comes out. What is that? Ugh, kill command. Nasty. But that does leave him without any cards left. Although he is going to clear the board. And he's going to clear the board with a creature on it, which is not so good. But it's okay. I'm not massively worried about that. That's not going to do much damage, and he doesn't have a lot of things he can pull into play. I'm a little concerned right now about that. I'm going to play the Scarlet Crusader here, because I think that might be a snipe. It's not. Okay. So, we can play a Venture Mercenary here. Either that or the Gnomish Inventor. But I have a feeling that what will happen is that he pulls another beast, and then he trades with the Gnomish Inventor and keeps that freaking thing alive, which I'm not okay with. So we're going to play the Venture Co. There we go. So let's not do that. So that's probably an explosive trap. Possibly a freezing trap. I think. I'm trying to remember whether freezing trap triggers on minions. I don't think so. So it's a freezing trap or an explosive. Could be a misdirection, actually.
What we do.
Alright. Abomination. I'm not hugely convinced. Well, that's actually not too bad, come to think of it. Shadow of Death won't help me here. Probably Temple Enforcer on this, buff it up. Blow the damn thing up. I'm trying to think if there's a way that I can make the Scarlet Crusader work in some way, and there doesn't appear to be. I'm going to lose the shield regardless. That thing is going to die. But if I play the Temple Enforcer, I will be able to keep the Venture Co. Mercenary alive. So let's do that. That's now a 7-9. So it hits that. Damage is done. And then I smack that in the face, and that's a scary board. And as long as I can keep them above 2 health so they don't get explosive trapped, we should be in a good spot. You cannot be serious. How many times must that damn thing be played? Well, it's fine, because that actually lost him the game, I think. Because he's about to get that Shadow Word Death immediately. So he can sod off. Hope you enjoy your 8 damage. We can heal up the Temple Enforcer. We can play the Buzzard. Just in case we... I don't know if we actually have any beasts in this deck, but we might. Explosive Trap, that was to be expected. Why didn't I attack it before playing the Buzzard? What? It's like... What is wrong with you? Oh... This is why I lose arenas, because I make stupid mistakes. Oh, God. Alright, Animal Companion. Oh, it's a Huffer. How convenient for him. The 3rd Huffer he's pulled this game. Exactly the card that he needed in this situation. Very convenient. What else has he got? Oh, that doesn't actually do anything, so that's fine. Alright. I could still very easily lose this from here. Because I don't actually have any taunts. Okay. I think the Patented Punch Him in the Face approach is probably the best here. Heal myself, punch him. Healing that won't matter, yeah? Punch him in the face. Heal myself. And play a card of some description that trades with that, which would be... I mean, I'm thinking about that for card draw, but I'm thinking we just play Injured Blade Master or Chillwind Yeti. Chillwind Yeti makes the most sense. Because that doesn't die to the Spellbreaker. Okay, let's see if he can pull the card he needs to beat me. What's he got? I still don't believe I sacked that Buzzard for no reason. What is wrong with me? Too easy to get carried away in this game. Kill command. Weaken me down to 6. Okay, he's still in it, but that's not really going to help him that much, I don't think. So we're going to go no mission Venter. See if we get a card that'll kill him. Nope. That's fine. Doesn't matter. And we're going to walk an Infiltrator. Heal myself up just in case he pulls some nonsense out of his hand. Okay. I'd say our position is pretty secure. This is where he pulls a second King Crush. Deadly shot. Alright, that didn't help him. Yeah, he's dead. That was more hard fought than it should have been. Well, we're not out yet. And we go once again 50-50. Let's try one more. Let's see if we can go a little higher than that. And then, you know what I'm going to do after that? I'm going to go read up an awful lot on drafting. Because I'm kind of sick of losing. I want more information. Come on, give me someone that I can smack in the face. Anything but... Oh, another paladin. Alright. Okay. We'll make that work. Ah! That's kind of neat. We can go turn 1 coin mana wraith, which is quite good. We're going to hold on to the venture mercenary. Those are pretty useless. Yeah, we're going to coin mana wraith, I think. Because that limits him with what he can do. Quite nicely. It depends. If he pulls a 2-1 on turn 1, then I'm not going to do that. And I'll just save the coin for Venture Co Mercenary. But the effect of coin Mana Wraith is that if he doesn't play anything on turn 1, the only thing he can play on turn 2 is going to be one of those instead of a bigger minion, which I then smack the Mana Wraith with, and then he loses that, and it slows him down. So he hasn't played anything, so we're going to coin Mana Wraith. There we go. Okay, so he didn't have any turn 1 plays. It does not limit his hero power, so he's probably just going to do that. Alright, there it is. Okay, cool. That's how I wanted it to be. So what we do is we smack it, and then we heal it. Simple as that. There we go. And we just kind of restrict what he can do for a little while. Slow him down. The hope is that I lose the Mana Wraith before turn 5, and then I can play my Venture Co Mercenary. That should work. Another Reinforce. Alright, so pretty much the same situation here. Again, I'm just delaying him, delaying him, delaying him. He's got to have a creature by now, surely. Or some way of getting rid of it, like a Hammer of Wrath. Tauren Warrior. Okay. Works pretty well. Gonna keep a hold of that ooze. Okay, I think the best thing to do here would be Injured Blademaster and leave the Mana Wraith alone. It's probably going to kill it next turn for an Enrage. And if he doesn't, I can just run it into that anyway and then play the Venture Co. But that does leave him with the problem of how to get rid of that. What I would like to do here is just trade the Injured Blademaster for the Tauren Warrior. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it was... I actually should not have played the Injured Blademaster there. All I've given him is now a 5-1 that I'm going to have to run into and say, oh great, you just got a 2-for-1 trade and you got the Sodding Cultmaster benefit. The other alternative is I play Venture Co Mercenary and... Actually, no, what am I thinking? I'm actually out of my mind. I'm a silly person. I forgot. I can cancel his Enrage. I'm a priest. There we go. Okay, he gets a card, which kind of sucks, but I don't lose the creature, so then he can trade the Cultmaster. Cool. Acidic Swampoo's not going to play that because he's a paladin. Can't risk it yet. Gotta keep a hang on that one. And we're looking for Mercenary next turn, maybe, depending on what the field looks like. Well, that's unfortunate. I think it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get rid of, isn't it?
Drink with me.
Oh, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. He's going to play it again? Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? It's actually quite similar to the deck that I ran a couple of times. It was not so pleasant. Okay, this is a little annoying. I think we're going to have to Boulder Fist Ogre here. Playing the Mercenary makes no sense. But it also does allow him to draw 2 cards from the Cult Master and then actually kill the Ogre and keep the damn Cult Master alive. There is nothing in my hand, though, that would prevent him from doing that. Mountain Giant. Nasty. Humility. He's just going right for me, isn't he? Yes, he is. Well, that's not great. Holy Fire. It's not going to help me too much here. This is tough. The way this is going, we're going for a 3-3 again. So I've got rid of that. I couldn't kill anything with that anyway, so it made sense to get rid of it. I need to stop this card. Massive card advantage he's getting here, but I can't get rid of this. And I can't leave it there. It's just going to murder me. I've got no taunts to stop it. Mind Control I don't have for 3 more turns. Hell. I guess we can risk a Thought Steal. That didn't help at all. Absolutely useless. Play the Sodding Yeti. He's going to do what? 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 damage to me this turn. I'm dead in 2 turns. A second Humility. Okay. Well, that's brilliant. This is one-sided as whole hell. I'm toast. Absolutely toast. Even if I can... I mean, I can kill 2 of his most valuable minions and I've still got to deal with the Mountain Giant, which I don't have a way to deal with. Unless I pull Defender of Argus, which even then is going to be... Oh, never mind. Consecrate comes out, so that's even worse. Takes me down to 2. And he plays a Secret, because you know what? Why not? This is completely one-sided. Well, I got a Taunt, I guess. Yay for me! Oh, this is depressing. Okay. We can kill the Mountain Giant. Except we can't, because that's clearly a noble sacrifice, which will prevent me from getting rid of that. I actually can't even kill the frickin' Giant. Okay. Tauren Warrior. Get rid of the 4-2. I still die. It doesn't matter. I'm totally dead. Hell. Holy Nova would have been nice earlier. When I actually had 1 more mana. What a pain. This is just sad.
Well played. You have best.
It's time to go back to the drawing board. This is clearly not working out. Time to do a little bit more research. Find out a little bit more about drafting, because I hope that none of you are getting advice from this series, because this is just awful. It's embarrassing. Yay, a crab. I'll see you next time.